let me just say this right off the bat, this is a very worthy sequel to the original film. A lot of people can say that this movie doesn't need a sequel, which is true, it doesn't need a sequel, but with the sequel they did make, they were able to make it worthy enough to match the first movie. I'm not saying it's as good as the first movie, I'm just saying it's a worthy sequel to the first movie. And we have a great cast of new characters in here. Everyone from Pedro Pascal, Joseph Quinn, Denzel Washington. They're all incredible ads. Every one of them did a great job. And I just loved the way they brought their characters to life. Because I like the actors they casted in here. And I'm glad to say that they were able to bring their character to screen. Just the vibe, cinematography, everything that you would want this movie to be. Like, it feels like a sequel to the first movie. It's a good thing. It feels like you're continuing the movie on. It doesn't feel like there's some cash grab. It feels like you're continuing the story on to what brings here. And it feels like that. It doesn't feel like some cash grab movie. It feels like a worthy sequel, like if they had the story all mapped out. Now in this movie, there's absolutely nothing groundbreaking in here, like the first one. The first one had a bunch of iconic moments. That's not really in here. There's some great moments in this film, but nothing like the first one. But that's okay, because this movie is still enjoyable. It doesn't live up story-wise, character-wise, it doesn't reach the heights of that first movie, but it's still a worthy sequel and very enjoyable. Now this movie is slowly at the end. There's a certain plot points that kind of wraps up and they introduce a new one, which works in the context of the film, but just at that moment, it started slowing down drastically. It just took everything I liked about the film away for a second, because it just slowed down. I did say this feels like the first movie. Also story-wise, it feels like the first movie. It feels like almost a copy and paste of the first movie for certain elements. There's a lot of different elements in here, but a lot of it feels the same and just repeated from the first movie. And of course, this is not as good as the first film. I don't think you're ever going to top that first film of Gladiator. Now for me, I don't love it, but I do really like it. You're not going to top that movie. You're just not going to. But I do feel like Gladiator 2 still did a really good job of just making a sequel for that movie. So Gladiator 2 doesn't match the hype or the masterpiece of the first Gladiator movie, but still does a really good job at making a worthy sequel for the movie with a great new cast, a great new story, a really good sequel to that movie. Runtime was slow by the end of the movie, and obviously the first one is better. I still do think Gladiator 2 is worth checking out if you were a massive fan of that original movie. But anyways, if you like this video, maybe these ones on the side will interest you too. Like, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Goodbye.